Welcome Aquarius, this is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your full moon in Aries meditation. I've laid out the cards, past, present, future. With the Crow Tarot, I'll clarify with the African Tarot, and I will finish off with a couple of Oracle decks. If you enjoy this reading, please like my channel, this video certainly. Please share this with someone who may find it useful, and please comment below and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I appreciate all the support and love that I receive from all of you. So welcome again. So here is your overall energy, Aquarius, for this full moon. In Aries meditation, the moon card. There is so much going on outside of you, Aquarius, so many changes that are occurring to you that it may be physically draining you at an emotional level. This card cautions you to develop some kind of a stillness practice. I won't call it meditation exclusively because meditation is only one form of finding that peace, stopping thoughts, stopping actions, really allowing yourself a space of calm or stillness. But certainly that is a practice. Prayer is also a practice that can help to channel your intention, and that's also a powerful way to create that peace within you. I love dream journaling. I love tracking my dreams. I find that that is a safe and valuable place to ask questions of the many guides, the many ancestors, the many energies that are there to assist you in the invisible realms, and that they are always there, but they're particularly available when you ask for their help. And this goes to a larger issue of asking for help, Aquarius, which is something I believe at this time may be extremely useful to you. In the past, we have, the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. Lovely. Yes, there is a tremendous amount of solvency that I'm picking up from this reading. A lot of courage, a lot of confidence, a lot of ability to stick, persevere, grind through, be determined. You are unstoppable. There's that energy there, and you have used it to identify your strong material foundation. And that's just not in the sense of material things. It can also be in terms of your resources, your talents, your associates, those people you know, things you know are also part of this foundation that is helping you to build your abundance. And you are in the flow of your abundance right now. You're using this to establish your independence. This is very important to you to have your own solvency in the world. You have cultivated your garden. You have grown and developed those things about yourself and your experience that are netting you and are enhancing your comfort, your stability, your security in the world. And from that, you are always looking to investments. And by investments, I mean the places where you want to put your energy, the places where you choose with the extra that you feel you have that doesn't destabilize or threaten your own resources, the stability of that, but the recognition of abundance, excess that affords your generosity to commit to new projects, new ideas, investing in other people in relationships. In your present, we have the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Well, air energy is absolutely your characteristic stock and trade, and although we Think of the swords as pursuing absolute truths. It's also about enlightenment. It's also about being open to inspiration, to new ideas for you, looking in unexpected places, being open to you challenging your own beliefs, recognizing those beliefs that have been limiting you, have been restricting your activity or your movement, so that you are curious in your relationships with others. You are facilitating those conversations, those dialogues, that discourse around the things that no longer serve you in this particular instance. There is a gentleness with which you are able to detach yourself from your powerful emotions, your passion, because you have passion in spades, and that generates a lot of enthusiasm and energy and a sense of determination, motivation to get where you're going, and firing up other people around you. But there's also a way that you are able to objectify your experiences, look at ways in which they require more information, more data, the benefit of the experiences of others, learning about that, being curious about the experience others have of your ideas or of the beliefs that you share. This really is a huge releasing of things that you are now realizing you may have unconsciously even invested in that is not serving you. Perhaps this is an old sense of employment, the rules of an organization you work with that you now recognize has been limiting you and is not aligned with your values. This can also extend to relationships, whatever those places in your life where you have felt obligated and you have not received the return on your investment, on your effort, are places where you have unconsciously expected to receive something that was not for you, was not designed for you. In understanding this, there is a tremendous release from a former sense of the kind of courage and determination that took for you to get where you are, and to see the lie in whatever this situation is. You fulfilled your obligations, but your needs were not met. Your desires were not pursued collectively. And in fact, this effort at expending your resources on things that were not designed for you, without even an expectation that you would be rewarded or acknowledged for that, has allowed you to free up, open up to your real experience of this truth, these truths. How do you share them? How do you develop them? How do you challenge the beliefs within that these false actions or these monumental actions were based upon? So there's a lot of internal challenge to what you believed were the rules, the way things were supposed to go. And you're getting a lot of assistance to that. The releasing of that is being supported by your recognition of all the invisible help, all the allies, all the ancestors that are around you. Your ability to ask for help, to just simply be relieved of the suffering that at some point you are accepting as part of your responsibility. After all, nobody believed in these things. Nobody made you believe in these things. You did, and you honestly gave yourself over to opportunities that were not designed for your well-being. In the future, the Three of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. This is all towards a greater healing of your heart. This is all towards a really profound understanding of false beliefs that you once invested in. And because of the comprehensiveness of this challenger mounting, this reflects upon the conditionings, our social conditions, and also the kind of conditioning you received as a young person, as a child in your formative years, what you were led to believe. However, this ability to release this, to allow yourself the revelation of even tears, crying, the healing power of this revelation is something that you are now appreciating. You're coming to appreciate. It's ironic that you are receiving acknowledgement from others. You are being rewarded for your efforts. And in part, the reward you're receiving, I believe, is an acknowledgement of your ability to challenge the status quo in some way. And you may have done this as part of a team, part of a group. You're definitely see yourself as a member of a team, as a member of the collective, the community. And your efforts at working has not been solely on your behalf. Others have experienced the same destruction of reliable patterns and established norms. But some effort of yours has spoken to that, has organized that outrage, that speaking out, that truth fact-finding or truth-telling that you are elevating your entire group with. And this is really, in a way, describing, as an example, the story of someone who participates in a union, for instance, in an organization that develops a union, or where a union was dysfunctional until there was a collective need for the power, the negotiating power of a union to actually elevate the needs of the workers. And this is part of the challenge of this, is that this has opened you up to growth opportunities that you weren't expecting. You may have gotten involved in labor relationships in some capacity. You may be a part of some kind of activist effort that is challenging a set of norms in some particular industry, as an example. These are things that are coming to mind and are really in line with what I view as the power of your ruler, Uranus, the disruptor, the revolutionary, not just the rebel, because the rebel doesn't have, in my view, the power to change a system. The rebel simply validates what isn't working by doing the opposite. There isn't any investment back in the system, whereas a revolutionary, a catalyst, somebody who is speaking out as towards an alternative, is actually making the investment to create the change. And indeed, that change can be incredibly painful. It can be very difficult, but not because it's wrong, but because you're discarding practices, rules, conventions that we have come to accept as the truth, as the only way. There's a lot here about your ability. Perhaps this process is sending you back to school, placing you in a training program, helping you to see that you have a calling in a particular area that is about organizing collective efforts in whatever way. I'm going to clarify the Nine of Swords in the present with the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Okay, what I just said. You're creating a new opportunity for abundance for yourself. You've manifested this, and you've manifested this by staying in your zone of expertise, understanding, setting clearer boundaries, cutting away the things that don't serve you. Setting those boundaries in all of your relationships is a function of self-liberation. by cordoning off things that don't contribute to your success, your well-being, you are liberating yourself to focus on the things that you can do well, you can be successful at. This is about standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself, and quite possibly others. This can also be some kind of a creative opportunity to articulate the views that you are coming into here, so that you may be writing, speaking, certainly organizing, but you're creating a way in which this effort, this knowledge can become abundant and resourceful for others. This is about creating long-term solutions, and making that of use to others, that making it accessible to others. Aquarius, I'm going to pull an oracle card from the Soul's Journey and remind you that you can like, share, comment on, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. I really appreciate the love that I get from you. It matters to me, and I've pulled surrender. I can release my need to control. How interesting. This is interesting because I do feel that certainly the Nine of Swords in particular is about surrendering to the suffering, and it's a form of acknowledging it, of releasing it by surrendering to it. Things you could not control, you have not been in control of, and other things that are not in your control. And I'm also going to pull a crystal oracle and let you know that I'm going to be pulling a new spread for an extended reading, Aquarius, following this. And the description, the link for that will be in the description box below. I pulled hematite, ground yourself. Again, here the Nine of Pentacles indicates your financial or economic independence. And this is what is creating for so many of you the foundation with which you can move forward in this courageous work, speaking out for yourself and others, and creating something, being recognized for something among your peers. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for this powerful reading. Until next time, namaste.